And I'm a little concerned that we should get a new tree because, you know, that baby, half this tree fell off like 20 years ago. I don't even know how this tree is still standing. I mean, is it rotten down in there? What's going on? How is this thing even still standing? Although it did, you know, sprout some new branches just last summer on the side down below. But, I mean, how much longer does this thing have? It's old. Oh my God, it finally happened. I just discovered this. I'm walking the dog and we come into the backyard and then I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? It's that tree. It's that mulberry that I was like, how is this still standing? It finally fucking fell over. Oh my God. Have no idea when it happened. Oh my fucking God. Alright, I kind of got interrupted in the first video about this. Because the neighbor from over here came to talk to me. He says he heard this happen around 8 o'clock last night. And if you touch this wood, it's like paper. This was completely rotting away. And then look at that, it like ripped up his fence and uprooted, you know, like part of his yard. And yeah, there was no storms, no high winds, nothing. It was just rotting away. And you saw in previous videos how far this damn thing was leaning over just naturally, how it grew, and gravity just pulled it over finally. Okay, so it turns out that Allstate will not cover any of this removal. They won't even cover the damage to my neighbor's fence back here because it's an act of God. They never sent anybody out. I was like, hey, a tree fell over, act of God! And right now, I do not have any credit. I'm flat broke. I'm about to start a job, but I haven't started it yet. So I have to do this completely by myself. So yeah, somebody else asked, why not wait till my credit is better? The point is, I do have like an 800 credit score right now. I just don't have any credit cards, and I don't want to take one out till I have a job to make a payment on a credit card. But the house is still in my dad's name, and we did try to take out a home equity loan to get this thing cut down last May before it fell down. But the bank would not give us that loan because it's in my dad's name and his credit score was in the toilet. But even if I co-signed, they said, no, we got to go with the lowest credit score. Sorry, his is too low. No home equity loan for you. Even though, I mean, he has a ton of equity in this house right now. A ton. But they're like, nope. Okay, this is my leg. This is just this limb that is still basically going up into the air. Not only is that as tall as a tree in its own right, but it is definitely leaning over my neighbor's property, and probably long enough to hit this fence of another neighbor if it fell wrong. Definitely heavy enough to break somebody's neck or their arm or their leg if it fell on them wrong. So I am not open to a scenario in which I could end up paying somebody's hospital bills and also be on the hook for neighbor's property damage to the tune of several $1,000s because I thought someone would fix my problem for free. As I finally completely cut through this one root that it was still clinging to. This one root was still keeping it alive. That's why the leaves are still green. Like, what is this, like week 3? Like I said, second order branch. And now it's been broken up into first order branches by using the big clippers. And then I will meticulously clip off every third order off this second order using the little clippers. And then the third order, which only have leaves on them, go in this section, and then the second order that everything's been clipped off of go over here. This pile is all first order branches. Those ones you need the chainsaw for. And then this pile is limbs. Okay, these branches are new. The pile that was here has been broken down. It took 4.5 hours. They all got broken down into that brush pile. This is new because cutting, and I got off the last now, and we're going to start working down these limbs with the chainsaw. This is what the limb pile is starting to look like. I think what I need to move these is a dolly, because I can't even get them into the damn wheelbarrow. I'm gonna go get the dolly. There we go, that's more like it. Okay, I think my back's gonna survive. I almost got through, but I stopped at this point because I don't know what's gonna happen when I cut all the way through. I don't know how this part is gonna shift once that gets cut. Is it gonna, I know it's gonna fall down, because as you can see, the whole thing is hovering above the ground. But I don't know if it's gonna shift back or forward or pretty much stay in the same spot. I want ropes on it first. So it starts here anchored to this tree, and then it goes all the way up here, all the way up there to pulley number 1, and then it comes back. And we're going to follow it back. It goes over to the next tree. That is pulley number 2. There's the pulley. And then it comes back and heads up that way to pulley number 3. And then we take off in this direction, all the way to the other side of the yard. There's pulley number 4. And then lastly, it goes out this way, over to the biggest, fattest tree in the entire backyard, where I have tied a slip knot. So if I were to pull this, I could undo this knot in case I need to tie it to the car or something, but I think it's secure enough that I can start cutting with the chainsaw, and it may kind of keep it from falling a direction I don't want it to fall. That is my crazy plan. Like, they're starting to get real taut. They're under tension. They're not under like super ass tension, but they're no longer droopy. They're like straight as arrows. I know you heard that crack. I'm not going to mess with it anymore with the saw. I'm going to let it settle into whatever it's doing. It is almost completely sitting on the ground now. You hear that crack? I hope I don't videotape my own death, but I mean, yeah, something's going on. Yeah, you heard that one. What the heck? How the hell? What the hell? These ropes are under super tension right now. I guess it just pulled them super taut. And there was enough stretch in the ropes to let it go all the way down. But at least it fell slow. Damn. I really wanted to avoid having to work on this in the neighbor's backyard. But at least it's going to be easier to cut up when it's this low down. I don't know if I can force it to rotate. Probably not. It's too close to the ground now. It's too heavy. I've got to cut down to this. Walk around here. So I'm thinking maybe it's time to just pull the slip knot and let the ropes down. A lot happened since the previous video. As you can see, she's back to her original position, but that didn't happen immediately. So I did get rid of the ropes, as you can see. I pulled the slip knot. It came loose. It wasn't under so much tension that it wouldn't come loose. and everything looked like it did in the last video. It didn't move. It was still, you know, down here. And then I just started cutting and cutting and cutting, and it was behaving itself until finally I made this cut. The whole thing just went what? All right, it's the day after Thanksgiving. It was nice out today. It was like 45. So I did get back out here. I cut that last piece that was standing off here, and I cut what was there. You kind of can't see. There's a big depression in the ground. Just a trunk now. Of course, here's our huge pile of branches. That's going to be hours and hours and hours. It's gigantic. Some of these pieces are just frickin' huge. It's hard to tell. You can see the flag has been lowered here. That is because my father died last Tuesday on January 17th. I already hired contractors are coming. They're going to cut down this half-dead mulberry. They're going to get rid of all that. They're going to get rid of all that. They're going to get rid of the fallen mulberry with the trunk back there. All that. They're going to get rid of the brush pile. So all this crap is going away. The shed. There we are with the big mulberry that I was worried would fall. Not much of it left. They already got rid of the brush pile earlier this morning. Oh my God, it is so nice to see that brush pile gone. Oh my God, it's so nice to see. That garbage is finally gone. We still got the rotting stump there. I told them they could leave it. I can deal with that. And I'm gonna get that fence fixed too. But yeah, that's all gone.